Welcome back to another welcome back to another episode on the MLD Balls page. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about breaking news with Mikal Bridges. He will be heading to the New York Knicks. A trade headlined by Bojan Bogdanovic and four unprotected first round picks from the New York Knicks. In return, they'll be getting Mikal Bridges. After that, there is a pick swap, and they trade in a couple seconds, but yeah, there's a pick swap in there, so I will consider that to be 4.5 first round picks. I look at pick swaps personally as half a first rounder, so Mikal Bridges has got you 4.5 first round picks, like that's it's pretty solid. That's an A plus for the Brooklyn Nets for me personally, because Mikal Bridges getting you that much picks is very much peak value for him, and you sold him at peak value while you're at your all time low as a franchise. The team also did something else that we're going to talk about. That the Brooklyn Nets did two trades. We're going to talk about this one first. We're going to focus on this, but yeah, for the New York Knicks, got the Villanova boys back. That's a great thing for team chemistry because automatically we already seen rumors that Jalen Brunson he may be willing to take a pay cut, and I'm pretty sure this is a move that that will influence him towards doing that. So you got Jalen Brunson taking a pay cut. You have OG Anunoby back on the roster, most likely. We'll see what they do with the rest of the roster. But getting Mikal Bridges is a positive, but when you give up that much picks, you make it hard for it to only be a positive because ah, that's a lot of picks, man. That's a lot of picks. But is Mikal Bridges the final piece to making this New York Knicks team a championship team? Because if he is, it's worth it. It's worth it. But is that what Mikal Bridges is? I feel like well, we'll see because the New York Knicks, they'd have a starting lineup of dude, not having Dante DiVincenzo no start is so unfortunate, but I mean, it might be the world we're living in. It shows you how good this team is. So we'll have Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG, Randall, and I think Hartenstein. And then after that, on the bench, you'll have Dante Hart, Precious. Dante Hart Precious? That's not bad. That's not bad at all, and then you still have your picks. That's the thing about it. They still have pick those first round picks. Ooh, from New York is looking like they're in great shape because apparently it said that they're trying to match up against the wings that Boston has. I was thinking that's exactly what they should do, which is great because I thought they were gonna go more of the OG and Paul George route, but Mikal and OG is probably better, like, to be honest, because Mikal, while Paul George is getting older and, like, he wants a huge contract, Mikal's on a pretty good contract for the first couple years. He has great he works with your core, and and he's gonna if anything, he's probably gonna look better on New York because on Brooklyn at the end of the season when I was watching games, man, he was not looking good at all, and that's how it is in the NBA sometimes when you're playing on a bad team. Because even on defense, he didn't look like he was good. He looked like he was being attacked. So, if he stayed another year on Brooklyn, he could've plummeted his value just entirely. So, might be a good thing for him that they sold him at peak value. Reports are the New York Knicks are the team that just want to go at it against the Boston Celtics and feel like adding another wing that could match up against Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown is the way to go. And I agree with it. This is exactly what you're supposed to do. This is exactly how you build around Jalen Brunson being your number one scoring option. you get two-way wings like Bridges, OG, who could maximize him on the offensive side of the ball, and because his ability to not defend is gonna be it's not gonna be shown as much when you have Bridges and OG because those guys could step up and hide Brunson a little better. And on the bench, you're gonna have Dante, who Dante's an excellent defender. And then you're gonna have Josh Hart, who is ultimate hustle. Oof, this next team, man, it's gonna be very tough. It's gonna be very tough. And Precious Achiuwa, he's nice. The Knicks got those 2 first-round picks still, so they still got moves where they could play around with, and maybe that is why they had to give up 4 unprotected first because they didn't wanna give up these 2 first rounders they had this year. They all in on this roster, and I don't blame them when Brunson just showed you what he did, man. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Um, Good move for the Knicks. I don't know how I feel about it yet because the team is not fully complete yet. This is step 1. This is step 1. It seems like there's a couple more things that's gonna go on. Don't know who's gonna be there at center, but Bridges is it's a great start. I'm not gonna lie. It's a great start. You could only get better from here. Um, the Brooklyn Nets, they did pretty good because on the back end of this trade, they added the Houston Rockets in another deal, and they got their picks back from the James Harden deal. So they're gonna be able to tank next year, or not next year. Next year, their pick is gonna be a swap. So the Houston Rockets is gonna get whoever played worse. So how do I explain that? If the, out of the 2 picks, if one finishes at 11 and one finishes at 20, the Brooklyn Nets will get 20, not 11. But, you know, at least they're getting a pick. Before this trade, they weren't getting anything. And they are gonna be a bad team, they're gonna be a bad team, no picks, just like they are this year. And this year they're in a terrible position coming into night in the draft. They're a bad team, no picks. This is a move they had to do. Um, After that though, in 2026, they're gonna have their own first round pick unprotected. So completely, take the roof off, tank however much you want to. That's a good thing for the Brooklyn Nets. Very good for them. But A plus for them in total. This is A plus all season for them already. They went in the right direction. Everything they do after this is a good move in my opinion. Just because this is the thing they had to get off their shoulder. This is the move that they were prolonging, and I was scared that they were gonna hold Bridges for longer than they should, and I'm happy that they didn't because you know, they weren't gonna do anything. They weren't gonna do anything, and it was no route, no direction besides being a middle of the pack team, man. They learned a couple years ago that's not where you want to be, and not having your first round picks, it can land you Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. So they want their first round picks. I'm happy that they learned from their mistakes. But weird drama coming from this trade is the Houston Rockets feel like they got a chance at getting Kevin Durant. I don't know about that. Um, I don't think they should ever get Kevin Durant at this point of his career, to be honest. Because even if they got him this as soon as this summer, I don't think that Kevin Durant Houston Rockets team is. It depends what the trade is, I guess. I don't know. You know, I guess because that Rockets team is very deep. And I do want Kevin Durant on the team with some depth. Recently he's just been on top heavy teams with no depth, and one injury just ruins everything. But the Rockets not the team. It's a cool spot though. And I'm not gonna lie, the Rockets is a cool spot. Rockets is a cool spot this summer. Rockets are gonna try and upset somebody this summer. I don't know who, but the Rockets gonna play spoiler somewhere. It seemed like. Um, but I don't think it's really for Kevin Durant. I think that the Rockets are it's a smoke screen. It's a smoke screen, and they're really interested in Devin Booker in the future, as they should be. Devin Booker, around that time, if the Phoenix Suns are still in shambles, they're gonna, might be that time if Devin Booker is upset and, hey, what's a better place for the Phoenix Suns to send Devin Booker than to a team with their first round pick? And you got some big equity from the Phoenix Suns is pretty valuable. Um, I don't think that happens, but just a chance. And Houston just didn't want to give up that much for Mikal Bridges, and I think rightfully so. The New York Knicks, that was a really expensive deal. I, it's for them though. They could get that expensive just because of the Villanova thing and Jalen Brunson, and you making your star happy, and you're getting better, and he's a perfect fit. So for the New York Knicks, it's just the perfect situation, I guess. So it could work out. But for the Houston Rockets, they are not in the shape to be trading 4 first round picks for Mikal Bridges. And maybe they're thinking about, all right, it sucks we didn't get our guy, but we could give up 4 first round picks for Devin Booker in the future. It's not worth it for Mikal, and we can do it for D Book in the future. So it's a cool thing for the Houston Rockets. All around, fun trade. Happy that we got some news before the NBA draft. Um, Happy that the Brooklyn Nets finally chose a route. This was something I didn't think they was capable of. But yeah, that would be it for today's video. Thank you everybody for watching. Where we at? Jordan amount? We had the Jordan amount, 23 subscribers. Yeah, yes sir. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching and appreciate it. Have a nice day and God bless.